Chapter 11. Days went by. Johnny moped around the house, did chores for his grandparents, spent hours in his room, and daydreamed that he was Sergeant John M. Dixon of Gangbusters, and that he and a carload of tough cops would come roaring up with sirens blasting to arrest Mr. Matthias Mergel. They would catch him in the act of robbing a bank. He would snarl, "You'll never take me alive, coppers." Then in a hail of Tommy gun fire, Johnny would dash into the building, yelling, "Cover me, boys!" After crashing through the door, he would get into a wild fistfight with Mergel, thrashing him until the coward broke down and confessed that he was to blame for everything. The bank would be full of hostages, and Miss Farrington would be one of them. She would weep and beg Johnny to forgive her. He wasn't quite sure if he would or not. But when the daydream was over, Johnny had to admit that it was a fantasy. He began to be afraid that maybe Sarah was right. Maybe he had lost his marbles. He wished he could come up with some way to prove that his worries were about real things and not just in his mind. One morning Johnny came downstairs and heard voices in the parlor. He recognized the professor's querulous voice and Grandpa Dixon's mild tones. Johnny knew eavesdropping was wrong, but something made him stop and listen. "Rod, if it was just that he was feeling a little down, I could understand," Grandpa Dixon was saying. "I guess everybody feels that way now and again, but he's been dragging around for days. Kate wants me to take him to Doc Skermahorn for a checkup because she's afraid he might be coming down with infantile paralysis or something. What do you think?" The professor replied, "Henry John is just growing up, that's all. When you were his age, didn't you have bleak days when the whole world seemed against you? Didn't you ever get into silly quarrels with your friends?" "I suppose I did," replied Johnny's grandfather slowly. "Only Johnny's always been such a loner, you know. I think he really misses Fergie. For a while, we thought that maybe he and that nice Sarah Channing girl were going to become good friends, but he hasn't talked much about her lately." "Give him a little time," the professor said. "Then you don't think we should take him to Doc Skermahorn?" Johnny heard Professor Childermass snort. "Henry, I wouldn't take a sick cat to that quack. I haven't trusted him since he told my cousin Bee she was having headaches because her teeth were bad, and then a couple of months later she died of a brain tumor. Besides, his jokes are so terrible they give patients nervous stomachs, hives, and the blind staggers. I'm busy now, but in a week or two, certainly by August..."